Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and recently I started using Kdenlive as my video editor because it seems to be the the best one I could find that was absolutely free and very powerful. I was using PowerDirector before, but I won't go into the reasons why, but I gave up on it a few months ago. But Kdenlive is very powerful, and I've been on the YouTube and learned a lot from the tutorials, but there's only one problem. I haven't found how to fade from one scene to another in a professional way. Now let me give you an example if I can find it here. Yeah, it's going to be up here. Okay, now if you watch this video and see what it does here. Okay, going along like this, and then all of a sudden in about 2 seconds or less we fade from one video, one scene to another. Let's just do it one more time just for fun. Alright, so we're going like this, and then we fade into another scene. Now with Kdenlive, I haven't found any tutorials on how to do that. So I came up with my own, and if you know a better way, then that's fine. But on Kdenlive, they have, you can fade from fade to black and fade back out of black and stuff like that. In fact, let's open it up and take a look. Okay. All right. Now, when it comes up like that, you just double click on this line up here, and it'll fill it full screen. So that makes it nice. And then another thing I like to do on any editor, with any editor, is come down to the taskbar and right click and come up to the task manager. Okay. Now, sometimes if you open it up and it doesn't have this view, it might look like this, and so you click on more details and you'll get there. When you get there, you come up here and you click on details, and then you'll see all the programs that are running, and we'll just jump down one step here and we'll find Kdenlive, which let's see, I guess we didn't jump far enough. Let's go a little further. There it is. Okay, so Kdenlive is right there. We'll click on him, and then in order to give him precedence over other programs, you right click and come down here and click on set priority. Come over here and click on high, and then it's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? And of course we're sure we want to do that. Now we'll get rid of task manager by clicking on that, and if we go in and we take a look at effects, let's see, let's go to let's do the image adjustment. Okay, so fade from black and fade to black. A lot of people use that, and in my mind is, now this is just my opinion, okay, I don't like fading to black and fading come from black. I like to fade from one scene to another like I just showed you. So let's go ahead and bring a video in. It's too warm outside for me to fly my drone, so I'm making a video using my drone videos. All right, and we'll get rid of him. Okay, so here's a drone video, and now we got to wait for it. It's going to make the small image file, and it sits there and it does that. So we'll wait for that to happen. Okay, I think it's done. Now, let's say that I'm want to show taking off. So, well, you see there. Now, oh, we got to bring it down here. I'm sorry. Let's bring it down here. Okay, so it shows me sitting there and getting ready to take off, and I don't necessarily want to have all of that on there. So we'll just show me sitting there just for fun. We'll just come back here, and we'll make a marker right there so we can remember where it is, and then we'll come down here to where it's already taken off, and we'll come back here. Okay, so wait a minute, we want to go further than that, so we'll move this up here to about here. There. Now this shows me at the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. It showed me from the back, now it's showing me from the front. So I'm going to get my razor tool over here, and I'm going to just cut it right there. Okay, we got that cut. Now we hit Control Home and go back here to the beginning, and where our mark is, right there, and we'll cut it there. Okay, now we're going to go back to our control tool, and let's make this a little bit smaller so we can see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part right here out. Okay, so we remove it. Excuse me. And then we're going to bring this one down here and hook them on. Okay, so we go Control Home, and we'll play the video, and it shows me sitting with my back to the folks, and then all of a sudden it shows me sitting with my front to the folks. Okay, now that's okay if you want to do that, and you can fade to black and fade out of black, but what I like to do is I like to fade just like I showed you from one scene to another. So how do I do that? Well, we go over here, and let me make this big again so we can work with it. Okay, so what I do is I get my clipping tool, and that's where I cut. That's where it's going to switch over. But I want to clip this about here, somewhere like that, right there. Okay. Now I'll go back to my control tool here, and this part right here, I have to give it a insert an effect. So I insert the transform effect. I've got it down here. You can also go up and find it in the effects list. And so I'll click on, I'll add that. Now, so here's my control there. We'll go back here, and let's say that I want to fade. Well, never mind. Let's stop for a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. So now I've got this one little file here. Okay, so I'm going to push him straight up, and then I'm going to shove this one underneath of him to about that line right there. Okay. Now then, we'll go back up here, and you notice that when I move the whoops, wrong thing. When I move the the marker on the timeline, it moves the marker up there on the effect. Okay, so we'll just set that right about there. We're going to come up here, and we're going to add a keyframe. Okay, so we add a keyframe there. Now we're going to go clear over to the end here, and we're going to add another keyframe, and then immediately we're just going to jump down here and click on opacity and get rid of it. Okay, so it is no so we'll go back over here, and now we're looking at the back, looking at the front. Okay, and if we want that to fade slower, we can actually move this in a little further, take this guy here and move him back over there. Now we'll try it again. Okay, and so we go there. Now then, the reason I move this up and the reason I cut it off is if I didn't cut it off there, I would have to have this whole thing moved up here, and I could only do it one time. You see, if I didn't make that cut, I'd have to move this up so it would drop down and fade into this. And then if you keep doing that, pretty soon I'll be down here, and I need to do it again later on. I'll add a track, and it's going to have to be below V1, under V1, and so then you pop it up, and now you've got more tracks. And the more tracks you have, the slower your Kdenlive can preview and even render. When it comes to rendering, the more tracks you add, the more it's going to slow it down. So we'll just undo all of that, and there we go. Now let's say down here, we'll go down here, and well, let's go a little smaller here. We'll go down here and let's say that we want to see, we're looking down at these houses. Oh, that's my car parked down there. Okay. And we're looking down at the car. But let's say that as we're going along here, that's as much as we want to show of that. So we go get our razor tool, and we cut right there, and we come back and we cut here. And then we go further down here. Let's go way down over here somewhere. Yeah, let's just do that right there. We'll just bring it to there. All right, and we're going to take our razor tool, and we're going to cut right there. And let's say that we want to cut out this part right here. So we made 2 cuts over here. We're going to cut this part out here. We right click and we remove, and then we drag this guy over here. Now this is the one that we have to jump or move up. So we move him up, and then we're going to move this one underneath of it. And in order to do anything, I got to click on that one, and then I've got to add a transform effect, and we want the transform to the fade to begin right about there. So we come up here. It's real simple. You just add a keyframe, come over here, jump down to the end, add another keyframe, and make that section, get rid of the picture, make it, change the opacity. And now we come along here, and we are getting over to this part of the picture, and then we're just going to fade into the next part right there. So I hope that's helpful. I know I played around and tried for a long time trying to figure out what can I do in order to fade between scenes. And that's what I figured out. Now, if somebody knows that there's already built into Kdenlive, that would be great to know too. But so far, I haven't been able to find it on YouTube. So I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.